Hello everybody, today I'm here, as you can see from the thumbnail, with a massive May book haul. I keep buying books but not reading as many, so in June I swear to you it will be a much smaller book haul, but let's go. Because of how many there are, again I'm not going to be talking in detail about them, so let's go. All of these books are all different genres, so bit of a mixture here, which I absolutely love as usual, so let's go. So the first one is The Switch by Beth O'Leary. This one is the book club pick. We follow two main characters, Lena, who is too young to feel stuck, and Eileen is too old to start over. It's time for the switch. So they switch lives. So one lives in London, the other lives in the village. They swap places and it's fun so far. I'm currently reading that one. It's fun so far, so we'll see where that goes. Then I also have The Whole Truth by Cara Hunter. This one is Bookfulness subscription, which is a mystery box. Apparently this one is book number 5 in a series, but I would assume that you can read them separately from each other because there's like a summary at the beginning of, like, if you've not read the first books, there's your little summary of who the characters are, how they're connected and all that stuff. Again, with the thrillers, I find it quite difficult to explain what they're about, so I'm just going to read you the blurb. So, she has everything at stake, he has everything to lose, but one of them is lying all the same. When an Oxford student accuses one of the university's professors of sexual assault, D.I. Adam Foley's team think they've heard it all before. But they couldn't be more wrong, because this time the predator is a woman and the shining star of the department, and the student is a 6-foot male rugby player. Soon Foley and his team are up against the clock to figure out the truth. What they don't realise is that someone is watching, and they have a plan to put Foley out of action for good. Sounds intriguing, sounds really interesting, so I'm looking forward to that. Next one I believe is another thriller, and that one is from the Mr. B's Emporium subscription, and it is The Last by Hannah Jameson. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm going to read you the blurb because that one just sounds amazing. The world has ended in nuclear war. You and 19 other survivors hole up in an isolated Swiss hotel. You wait, you survive. Then you find the body. One of your number has blood on their hands. The race is on to find the killer before the killer finds you. That sounds super cool to me. I'd like to get to this one sooner rather than later, but I've already got a massive June TBR if you've seen it, so I don't think I can get to this in June, but I would like to get to this one sooner rather than later, like I said. Then, like a little palette cleanser, we've got Harklights by Tim Tilley, which is a middle grade fantasy. This sounds rather really cute, as there are a lot of cute illustrations in here. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm going to read you the blurb. There's probably going to be a lot of that in this video, so I hope you don't mind too much. So, Wick has always lived in the dark in dreadful Harklights match factory and orphanage, working tirelessly for greedy old Ma Bogie. He only dreams of escaping until one day a bird drops something impossible and magical at his feet. A tiny baby in an acorn cradle. As midnight chimes, Wick is visited by the Hobbs, miniature protectors of the forest. Grateful for the kindness shown to their stolen child, they offer Wick the chance of a lifetime, escape from Harklights and begin a new life with them in the wild. Sounds super cute and super interesting, and now having read the blurb again, I really would like to get to this one in June, but again my TBR is huge, so that's probably not going to happen. But I really want to get to this one. Next one is from actually Mr. B's Emporium, because I thought whilst I visited the shop I can't not buy a book, so I bought The Lights of Prague by Nicole Jarvis, not sure. I've never seen this book before. I think it's a new release. The cover is really pretty. All I know about this one is obviously set in Prague. I think it's like a historical fantasy a little bit as well. So there's magic, there's different creatures, and it all happens in Prague. I'm super excited. I don't even need to know much about it because there haven't been many books that I've read that are set in Prague, and there's something about that city, that even country, that intrigues me, that I would like to read more books from here. I think mostly it deals with like vampire-ish creatures. Not too sure about it, but I'm really looking forward to it. So again, I would like to get to it in June, but I don't think that's possible. But I'm just so excited, so excited. Next one is a bit of a non-fiction book, and that is Chariots of the Gods, Was God a Nostrat by Eric von Daniken. I'm interested in different like physics theories in terms of space. Not that I know a lot about it at all. It just fascinates me, so I would like to know more about it. So this one is one of them. It's not exactly about space, but I'm not a religious person, but at the same time a theory that God could have been a person from space sounds really intriguing to me, so it kind of blows my mind, and I would like to know more about it. And it's a really short book. Again, I would like to get to this one in June, and this one is actually on my June TBR, so let's hope I can get to it. Then we've got 2 books by the same author, Elizabeth McNeil. I've got a whole video on her books because I went to Bath to actually see her in real life, so the video will be down below for you to check out. The video in which I'm talking about her books, not the actual thing. So the books that I bought, one of them is Circus of Wonders by Elizabeth McNeil, obviously. This one I did pre-order. I had a bit of a story with this one, so I pre-ordered it from Waterstones and then emailed them 3 weeks before the release date because I realized there was a signed copy as well, but they only came back to me after it was sent, so I never got the signed copy, which is a bit annoying. But I decided when I got this one, I thought, right, I can't get rid of my baby now, so now I've got the unsigned copy, but still pleased to have it in my possession. It's a pretty little book. This one is historical fiction set in 1866. We follow our main character Nell, whose skin is speckled with birthmarks, and then one day she's kidnapped to go to a circus, and then she becomes really popular there, so her fame grows, and then her friendship with Toby, one of the sons of the owner, I think, or a brother, I'm not too sure. There is also some kind of dark secret going on there, so it sounds intriguing. And I've really enjoyed the first book that I read by the author, which is The Doll Factory, which now I have in paperback as well. I do have a hard copy. That's the one I read in 2019, but I've got this one just because this one is signed. I did from there was Mr. B's Emporium, Mr. B's Emporium books there, so they were selling signed copies, and I bought one of them. Even though I've read the book, I wanted a signed copy of her books after the event, so I've got one now. This one is a really amazing story. I really love this one. Again, this one is historical fiction. In this one we follow 2 main characters. One of them is Iris, who wants to be a painter, so she finds somebody who will teach her to paint while she's modeling as well for him. And then we also have Silas, who meets her once on the street and he can't forget her, but his obsession is darkening. So I really love this book, and I have really high hopes for this one as well. So this one is on my June TBR because I'd love to get to this one. Then we also have a fantasy book, which is Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, signed by the author. So I'm going to show you that as well. There we go. So yeah, this one, my husband kindly got this one for me because it was on my wish list. Look at the cover, it's so pretty. I do feel like it's more of a wintry cover. All, to be honest, that I know about this one is a Rumpelstiltskin retelling. And considering we recently finished watching Once Upon a Time show, Rumpelstiltskin is an interesting character. But also the book sounds really good as well. I do believe it's somehow also got Russian vibes, because the name that's used in this book is also like my name as well, which has been freaky when I read it and didn't know that. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. It's bigger than I thought, but when I get to it, I will hopefully love it. I also love signed books. They're just so like special because the author actually signed your book. The next one is a bit of a sci-fi, and that is Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Again, a signed copy because I pre-ordered it as well. So there we go. This book is written by the author of The Martian, which I did enjoy a lot, so I'm really looking forward to it. This is the kind of book that I do enjoy. So in this one we follow our main character, who is strangled on a mission on a ship, I think. He wakes up one day from however long he's been asleep for, and I think all of his crew members are dead, and now he's the only survivor, and I think the mission that he's going on to depends on whether humankind survives. Sounds super fascinating to me. I would like to get to this one again super soon, but we'll see whether I can or not, but it sounds super intriguing to me. Next one is a masterpiece of a book. It's Dangerous Women by Hope Adams. This one is a historical fiction, a bit of a crime detective novel in a way as well. But just first, appreciate the cover of this. It's super beautiful. And then when you open it on the inside, wow. I would like to have a painting of that on my wall. It looks absolutely gorgeous. The book is just incredible. It's different on the other side, but the book is a freaking masterpiece. London 1841, the Raja sails for Australia. Aboard 180 women convicted of petty crimes. Daughters, sisters, mothers, they'll never see home or family again. Despised and damned, they have only one another. As the Raja sails farther from land, the women spend their days working on a patchwork quilt of rare beauty, until in the middle of the unforgiving sea, a young mother is murdered. As the desperate hunt for a killer begins, everyone on board is a suspect. Based on the real-life voyage of a convict ship, Dangerous Women is a thrilling and deeply moving mystery narrated by a group of women as unforgettable as the events they describe. Again, I'm super excited for this one because it just sounds amazing, and it's a historical fiction crime novel, which I do think I enjoy them. And the last one just recently joined my collection of books because it was another pre-order and it just got in the mail just recently to me. So it is Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas. Again, signed by the author. Again, appreciate the cover. It's all threaded, almost. And of course, and it's signed. That's a really pretty signature, by the way. It's a much bigger book than I thought it was going to be, but it just sounds beautiful. And again, I'm going to read you the blurb because if I try and explain it myself, it's not going to do it any justice whatsoever. So, Anna's aunt has always warned her of the dangers of magic, its twists, its knots, its deadly consequences. Now Anna counts down the days to the ceremony that will bind her magic forever, until she meets Effie and Attis. They open her eyes to a London she never knew existed, a shop that sells memories, a secret library where the librarian feeds off words, a club where revelers lose themselves in a haze of spells. But as she's swept deeper into this world, Anna begins to wonder if her aunt was right all along. Is her magic a gift or a curse? Sounds super fascinating again to me, so of course I'm looking forward to reading this one, as I'm looking forward to reading all of the books that I own, which at the moment is a lot. But I like all the choices and different things, so I'm happy with that. That is it for this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe, and I'll definitely see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!